In life, there are moments where we stand on the edge, looking out at our dreams, our hopes, and all that we have been praying for. But sometimes it feels like they're just beyond our grasp. You ever wonder why? Why, when we pour our hearts out, it seems like we're made to wait for an eternity? Why does God make us wait? See, there's a profound truth woven into the fabric of life and faith. Think about a seed. It gets planted deep in the ground, surrounded by darkness, uncertainty, and alone. That seed doesn't sprout up immediately. It has to wait. But while it waits, it grows roots. These roots anchor it, giving it the foundation it needs to grow tall and strong. Similarly, our waiting period, as tough as it may feel, is a time for us to grow our roots in faith. It's a time to deepen our trust, to solidify our foundation. Remember Joseph? Dude had dreams, big ones, but before those dreams came true, he faced betrayal, slavery, false accusations, and prison. Man, that's a journey filled with twists and turns, but each phase, each painful step was like a chisel, sculpting him, refining him, and making him the leader he was destined to be. By the time he rose to power in Egypt, he wasn't just a dreamer, he was a man of integrity, wisdom, and resilience. His waiting period prepared him, groomed him. Sometimes, the weight of waiting isn't punishment, it's preparation. You see, our timelines and God's timeline don't always match up. We want things now, but God sees the bigger picture. He knows our past, our present, and our future. And more importantly, He knows what we need to learn, to grow, and to be ready for the blessings and responsibilities that come with what we've been praying for. When we rush, we risk receiving things we aren't truly prepared for. Remember the Israelites? They cried out for freedom from Egypt, and God heard them. But before they reached the promised land, they wandered the desert for 40 years. 40 years. But in that desert, generation after generation learned the importance of faith, obedience, and the unyielding love of God. When they finally stepped into the land flowing with milk and honey, it wasn't just a physical journey's end, but a spiritual homecoming. Now, don't get it twisted. Waiting ain't about sitting idle, it's about active faith, a dance between patience and persistence. It's about keeping your eyes fixed on the horizon while your hands are busy building, learning, and serving. It's about understanding that every single day is a step closer, a lesson learned, a test of faith. In the process, you become stronger, wiser, more in tune with your purpose. Paul speaks about it too, in Romans 8, verse 28. It's mentioned that all things work together for good for those who love God, for those who are called according to His purpose. Our wait is part of that all things. Every delay, every setback, every tear is intricately woven into our life's tapestry by the master weaver himself. So, the next time you're looking up to the heavens asking, "Why am I still waiting?" remember this: God's delays are not God's denials. He's cooking up something, and trust me, when it's ready, it will be worth every second of the wait. Because by the time your blessing comes, you won't just be receiving it, you'll be ready for it. Stay anchored in faith, keep pushing, keep growing. Your season is coming. And when it does, all of heaven will stand in applause, celebrating not just your victory, but the incredible journey you took to get there. And if you ever doubt, if you ever feel that weight heavy on your shoulders, think about David. Man was just a shepherd boy when he was anointed to be king. But he didn't get to wear that crown immediately. He faced giants, quite literally with Goliath. He ran from Saul, hid in caves, and faced trials that would break most people. But with every challenge, with every moment he had to wait, he drew closer to God. He penned psalms, raw, emotional, dripping with trust and love for a God he knew had a plan. And when he finally became king, it wasn't just a title, it was a testimony. 2 Samuel 1 verse 4 to 8 shows us how deep trials, losses, and the waiting periods can shape a person. David mourned Saul and Jonathan, showing a heart that wasn't just waiting for a throne, but was shaped by love, empathy, and God's Spirit. Your waiting period is not just a gap between 2 points in your life. It's a transformation, a metamorphosis. Like a caterpillar entering a cocoon, you might feel trapped in the dark, waiting endlessly. But when the time is right, when God knows you're ready, that cocoon will break open, revealing a butterfly, radiant in all its colors, soaring to heights unimaginable. So keep the faith. Understand that your wait has worth. Every moment you feel stuck, every tear that falls, every prayer you whisper, God hears it, sees it, and He's molding you. Because what He has in store for you isn't just about the destination. It's about the journey, the growth, the lessons, and the stories you'll have to tell. Your testimony will inspire, motivate, and remind others that in the divine rhythm of life, waiting plays its unique, beautiful tune. Hold on to that hope, that promise, and when you finally embrace what you've been praying for, you'll realize the beauty wasn't just in the receiving, but in the waiting, because that's where faith is tested, character is built, and legends are born. Keep marching forward. Your moment is on the horizon. Now, every time you see the dawn breaking after a long night, let it be a reminder. The darkest hour is just before dawn. And in that darkness, in that silence, is where real transformation happens. There's an unseen energy, a divine force working tirelessly behind the scenes. Consider the story of Lazarus. When he fell ill, his sister sent word to Jesus, hoping he'd come immediately, but Jesus waited. By the time he arrived, Lazarus was gone, dead for 4 days. Everyone mourned, their hope lost. But Jesus, in His divine wisdom, knew the bigger plan. John 11 captures this beautifully. Lazarus' resurrection wasn't just about bringing a man back to life. It was a testament to God's power, His timing, and His unwavering love. Waiting brings out a depth in us, a resilience we never knew we had. It's like refining gold. The fire burns, but it purifies. And what comes out is something precious, valuable, and shining brightly. Your waiting is that fire, refining and preparing you for the greatness that God has set aside specifically for you. And let's not forget about Esther. She wasn't just placed in the palace overnight. She underwent months of preparation, oils, perfumes, treatments, all that before she could even approach the king. But when her moment came, she didn't just shine, she saved an entire nation. That waiting, that preparation was necessary for the destiny she was to fulfill. You see, life isn't just a series of random events. There's a design, a purpose, a divine choreography that sometimes we're too close to see. But every time you feel like giving up, every time the weight of waiting seems unbearable, remind yourself that you're in good company. The heroes of faith, the legends whose stories we cherish, that all knew this dance of waiting. So, keep your head up. Let your heart be filled with hope and your spirit with perseverance. The clock might be ticking, but remember that God's timing is impeccable. He's never late, nor is He early. He's right on time. And when your moment comes, the world won't just see the result of your wait. They'll witness a masterpiece, a magnum opus of faith, love, and God's grace. Stand tall, stand firm. Your season, your moment of breakthrough is just around the corner. And when it comes, it will echo through the ages, a testament to a faith that waited, believed, and conquered. Stay blessed.